Conger is not a fish that many people tend to eat, and people tend to go for fish, or they tend to sort of give them a more sort of a popular name because they like eating them. Like the gilt-headed bream, common sea bream, bass. Those are lovely to eat, but the conger is not a popular fish because people don't tend to take it home, but they do go fishing for them. They like the challenge. It's a very, very, very strong fish. The weight pulls, it's incredible. So people go. We do competitions as well. We do 2 conger nights, and I would say about 80-90% of them will just go back to the water, but the thrill they give you is just incredible. They actually tend to stay quite dormant during the day because of the daylight, obviously, and the water is quite clear. Also, what they do is they come out at night and they do their hunting at night, which is when other fish are sleeping, and it's when they are on the hunt. Quite interesting to have an insight of what the conger is. It's basically an eel, and it lives in between rocky bottoms, and it builds its own caves, and sometimes it actually shares caves with other fish and other types of eels. But if they go to a slightly bigger scale is when they actually keep their cave for them, because they're quite territorial as well. They grow about 1.5 meters, 0.8, 2 meters tops. That would be the European one, which is the one we catch here locally, with weights ranging from about 4 kilos, which is quite a decent one, and they could go up to 15 kilos or more. They are blackish and greyish in color, and they've got a white, light, very light grey belly. It's got a massive head, very strong teeth, and very, very big and powerful mouth. They just devour and just break into any kind of fish, and the power it's got in its jaw is just tremendous, and it will just get an octopus by its leg and just rip it apart. It's really that powerful. Tackle today how we fish congers. I'm going to give you a bit of a small tutorial of how to set up. We actually fish it with big strong rod to pull them out of their caves, because they're quite strong, to be honest, and they weigh quite a lot. Very big beefy reel with a very strong line. About 0.45 mil, so it's a very, very strong line. These are the hooks I tend to normally use. These are bait holders, and what bait holders means is technically that they've got like little sharp edges on the sides, which you can barely actually get to see. What this does is it actually holds the bait onto the hook, right? Hence bait holder, right? And then they've got this other kind of hook, which is a very, very extremely sharp hook, which are called the sakuma mate. These are called sakuma manta. These don't have the bait holder at the far end, but they're very, very, very strong and very sharp hooks. So those two types of hooks are the ones I like to use. This is a mustard bait holder hook, and this is a Sakuma manta hook. These are the swivels I tend to use. They've got a 35 kilo holding strength, which is quite a lot to be honest. But sometimes these beasts can get up to 20 kilos, perhaps more, and you really need that extra toughness to fight with them. These are rubber beads, which I'll show you later on how I put them onto my line. And this is all my fishing lines. It's a wired line to keep the dimensions quite thin, obviously, and it's coated in nylon. And this is a 30-pound wired line. As you can see, it's black in color. It's very, very smooth because it's coated in nylon. So this is equipment I normally use to fish congers. It's one of my favorite fish to target for. So off we go. Congers tend to eat any kinds of fish they can actually grab onto. They actually like and love octopus and little squids and cuttlefish. They just love them. Obviously that's slightly more difficult because they are quite active at night as well. So mainly they target onto fish, and even if it's a rotten piece of fish, they'll just swallow it in one bite. They've got too much power in the mouth. When we fish them, we actually go a couple of hours before the sunset, try and fish for some mackerel, which is very, very good. My brothers have chosen the approach of getting some bogies, and I'm going to try and get a couple of mackerel. To be honest with you, it's my preferred bait because it's got lots of blood, and it's really smelly. So that really triggers the congers to get out of the caves and go and see what's out there. So I'm going to see if I'm lucky and I can get a couple of mackerel, and we'll share with them for tonight. This is what we call a jurelera. This is what we use to get mackerels. These are very small, like feathery, like a glittery strands. And what they do is when you give them movement, they flow like little shrimps in the water, and that's what triggers the mackerel to go after them.
Just fishing with a piece of foam and the line, other than my brothers which are fishing with a fishing rod. It's more comfortable with a fishing rod, but sometimes it's just nicer and quicker with the line, just fishing by hand. And let's see if the boggers start turning up.
We're just started now. We're baiting for some bread to try and get the bogies to start feeding. I can see already a few down there, and hopefully let's see whether they start eating. We need quite a few to be able to go to fish the conger. Dajmy pasamy el bucket. This is boga. This is a perfect bait for the conger. They smell a lot, and the conger just love boga. So obviously this one for the buckets.
Ya están engreídas allá, ahí abajo están engreídas ya.
Ahora están comiendo bien. double shot.
Good, double shot, Trevor. ¿Qué está pasando aquí?
Nada, tú sigue cogiendo.
Cogió 3 dobletes.
No me dirán, ¿esto quieres tú, un doblete?
Sí, eso es lo que quiero yo. Eso es lo que quiero yo.
A ver si puedo coger un par de besugos.
Ahí va a ser diferente, Anton. La boga es lo mejor que hay para desafío.
Pero usted está cogiendo boca, yo hago otra cosa.
Full. With this last one jar from Diamond, I think we can call it a day. We have enough. It's quite a few in the buckets. We have enough baits now to be able to go tonight in search for the Congers. So let's see tonight how we do. Comprendo que quiera experimentar, pero hoy lo que queremos es boga.